The Future Games did not disappoint at LakePoint Sports, the stage for some of the top uncommitted talent in the nation. Here to discuss, Cory McCartney, along with PBR Georgia Scouting Director Phil Kerber. Phil, welcome back in.
Thanks for having me, Cory. As I said, it was a great weekend of baseball. Some absolutely talented players out there. And Team Georgia, we before this, I was talking about all the arms and all the prospects we had, and we definitely went out there and performed, picking up 3 wins over Mid-Atlantic, Carolinas, and Florida. And I was really pleased with the way the guys competed.
So you mentioned it before everything started. Pitching and speed was going to be the foundation of this team. Maybe give me some players that you felt from your vantage point really made the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Up the middle, Tanner Knowles and Chandler Pollard, both 6'7" runners, and I don't think our middle infielders made an error all weekend long. Any ball that was hit to them, it was double play balls or routine balls. They just made it look easy. And then at the plate, both of them, quick, easy swing, especially Knowles. Knowles picked up 5 hits over the weekend and 3 stolen bases. So, he really put his strengths on display, and it was really, really good, beneficial weekend for him. And Pollard picked it up on the second day with his bat, hit a double, and just both of them are really high-level athletes up the middle that have the arm strength to stick there defensively as well. At the corners, Murdock definitely was one of the breakout stars of the event. Big left-handed swing. He's a physical 6'1", 225, and some of the best swings in BP that we saw. Just took 4 or 5 balls out of the park, and then on day 2 of the event, first game, gets a long sacrifice fly, and you kind of tell he was starting to heat up a little bit. Well, game 3 against Florida, he started to put that power on full display, smoked a line drive down the right field line for a double, and then fouled that up by almost leaving the yard to left field. But just poked his bat out there, and kind of shows you how strong the kid is, because he just flicked the bat to a pitch away, and it just carried right over the left fielder's head off the wall, and he's standing there on double. Another guy, Ty Peete, right-handed pitcher, third baseman. He's a 2023, but keep in mind he's still only 14 years old and has probably one of the most powerful swings from the left side that I saw all weekend. And the kid, he looks like a baby deer. When he starts to physically develop, it's going to be something to really keep an eye on how much power he has. And he hopped on the mound for 2 innings, up to 89 with a really athletic arm, athletic delivery, and everything. I mean, this guy really could be the limit for Peete as he keeps growing, keeps maturing, and all that. In the outfield, we had a very good showing from our outfielders. One of the biggest winners had to have been Justin Thomas, a guy that, as you know, I've come on here and talked about Game on Stealth, and I always mention Justin Thomas. He did exactly what he'd been doing all summer, just hit. His first 4 hits of the tournament or of the event came off 90-mile-per-hour fastball, 89-mile-per-hour fastball, 88, and 86. And then he capped it all off in his final at-bat with a 3-run homer, his first of the summer. So, no better time to do it than the Future Games. Just a really nice weekend for him, and stellar defensively. There's nothing really bad you can say about Thomas's game. The kid's as steady and consistent as they come. And then Jamie Felix and Luke Boone, 2 of the bigger power hitters on the team, both really put that on display on Sunday. Boone launched a solo home run in left field, 95 off the bat, and then Felix comes back in game 3 and just flicks one. I mean, there's so much strength and speed in the wrist. Flicked one to left field that carried out of the park, 90 exit velocity. And those 2 guys were 2 impressive power swings. And we had Cameron Douglas, who led us on day 1. Cameron missed the showcase portion of the event and came back to the games and made an immediate impact. 2 triples to right field, 5 runs batted in to lead us over Team Mid-Atlantic. He's got a quick swing. There's definitely more power in the 6'3" frame. And he hopped on the mound for an inning, 88, 89. Good feel for a changeup that has a ton of sink to it, and a nice curveball at 72. So he's a legitimate 2-way prospect. And then, how I gushed over my arms in the preview, and they performed exactly like I expected. Dylan Lonergan up to 91, Caden Spivey up to 91, Bryce Archie up to 90, Luke Fernandez up to 90, Manning West up to 92. Like, those guys just came out, blew fastballs by people, and mixed in their breaking balls, off-speed pitches. Fernandez and Spivey were two of my favorites. Spivey's another guy that I've talked about a lot. If people have been following, he did exactly what he's been doing all summer. Up to 91, like I said, but the slider's a real difference maker at 80, 82. And then when he gets the split change going, it's 3 legit pitches. And Fernandez, another guy that we've seen a ton. And, swing and miss curveball, good feel for a changeup. And he was just carving up Florida hitters. And I was really, really proud of the way these guys all competed.
Well, we know who made an impact on you, but when all was said and done, people you spoke to, whose name was on the tip of everybody's tongue?
Hands down, Manning West. 6'6", 230-pound right-handed pitcher. You look at the frame, and it's like unbelievable. The projection, the things you can dream on with him. And when he took the field against Florida for innings 4, 5, 6, it was one of the best outings I've ever seen out of him. 3 innings pitched, 6 Ks, 2 hits allowed, 1 hit batter, but 90, 92, slider 76, 79. He's coming back into the dugout after a second inning going, my slider's like a wiffle ball today. These kids want nothing to do with it. And it was awesome to hear that. And then I walk over to the Florida dugout, and the kids in the Florida dugout are saying it's the best slider they've ever seen. So he just blew people away in his outing. And, if you're following on Twitter, you saw Sean Duncan saying it was the most dominant pitch of the entire event, which goes to show how good that pitch was, because Sean sees a lot of baseball and he was following a lot of different teams. So, Manning was really on his A game, and I think big things are in store for him.
Well, best pitch in the entire tournament. You get to put that on the resume now. For all the future games action from LakePoint Sports, is all available on LakePoint Live, powered by PlaySite. You can head over to LakePointSports.com for all of that. And, of course, make sure you're following Phil on Twitter at Phil Kerber PBR. Phil, thanks as always.
Thanks for having me, Cory.